So I figured a kind of a cool theme for maybe today's video is growing up and becoming an adult and doing super fun adult things. So I'm gonna try to kind of talk about, you know, growing up, because you always think, you know, you might be like anywhere from what, 18 to 20 years old. And you know, your parents are always like, before you know it, you're gonna be 40, right? It comes so fast. And you're like, nah, I'm 18, it's cool. I'm like Hakuna Matata, no worries for the rest of my days. Then all of a sudden, you know, you're stuck in traffic early morning going to your job in your mid-20s. And it does come very fast. That's why it's very important to take each year and make it the best year you can and do the most you can, because before you know it, life comes quick, guys. Responsibilities come quick. Now, I moved out of my mom's house when I was 18 years old. I graduated back in 2008, a long time ago, and I flew the coop. And there's a lot of people that maybe, you know, if you financially can't afford to move out, I understand, but like if you can financially afford to move out, if you can afford it, I highly recommend you do it, because, you know, sometimes you gotta flap your wings. You know, the mama bird pushes a little baby bird out, not because it hates a little baby bird, because it was like you need to fly. And you learn a lot when you move out. So, I mean, I lived downtown with roommates. I moved a lot of places. I started having bills. I started having responsibilities, and it teaches you a lot of stuff. So life will come very fast. So don't think that, like, you know, the easy cruising day you have right now is gonna be it forever. You know, unless you're Dan Bilzerian and you just have millions and bajillions of dollars, but. It is a fantastic day here in Washington, D.C., as you can tell. Look at this, just great weather. It actually has not rained in a while, especially when we're going to lunch. So I'm headed to actually Noodles and Company right now, because I haven't had that in a while. So definitely gonna get the penne rosa. But if you live in the city, which I think everyone in like their 20s, if you can live in a city, I say go for it, because it's so awesome. Because you don't want to be, you know, stuck in the suburbs and living like the 40-year-old life in your 20s. Or, I mean, I guess some people do, but I don't know. I like the city because I like walking places. I like going to bars on the weekends. And yeah, so city life is for Max, at least at this point in my life. But you walk places, so you're gonna have to have an umbrella because you can't drive everywhere. Okay, so we are back from work, and one thing that I'm starting to do is get all of my tax stuff in line, which is always exciting. So in this folder, I have like all my W-2s and 1099s. Basically, those are tax documents showing the money you earned from whatever sources of income you have to send to the IRS. These are all like my expenses and stuff, and I go through all this, and then I organize it, and then I send it to my CPA, which is my accountant, and he does all the legwork, and then he sends me the bill for it. So that takes a lot of stress off of me. But as you get older, you're gonna have to start doing a lot more of these things on your own, because you won't have your parents to do it for you. So I've gotten a little bit better at it, but it's still pretty stressful. I also have a financial advisor meeting, a financial advising meeting. This watch doesn't even matter, I don't know, I'm looking at that. In about an hour, so I'm having a Skype call to kind of just start planning out my future, because I think it's important. It is important to financially set yourself up down the road to you know, have your money work for you and just be smart. I've always thought I've been pretty smart with my money, but as you get older, guys, you have to really think about these things. That's just some real life for you guys. I'm gonna get ready for that meeting, and yeah, adult life, right? So I like to think that I've experienced a lot of painful things like damage to my body, but something that happens like on a consistent basis is like when you cut your fingernail and you cut it too short and it's like the raw skin underneath, and it's like for 2 to 3 days it's just like ow, ow. Miserable. Every single day, awesome parking. My luck is just improving in the city. One thing about DC is I'm pretty sure that marijuana is decriminalized here. So it's like not as big of an issue. So it's not legal, it's just decriminalized. So like you'll always smell it walking around the city. Pots and stuff. All right, dynamic squat, and what I'm doing is actually doing like a 6-week minimum wave of pause squats. So the last pause squat variation was 440 pounds, so what we'll do is do a 3-week wave and then reset and do a 3-week wave of that. So 75, 80, 85%. I didn't film last week, but this is 350 pounds, which is 80% of the 440 of the variation. So I'm doing pause reps, doubles like, for this one it'll probably be about 8 sets of 2 of pause reps. And I'm gonna try to emphasize a slight more pause, so I'll show it to you. It's especially hard tonight because there's one person that comments that say I say it especially wrong. Is it especially? I say especially, like EX. That's wrong. But anyway, I already don't have legs, right? So I'm gonna show you a low camera angle to show you my depth on this set right now. So overall, I think it's pretty decent depth. Hitting parallel, if not going hair below. Especially when you do like competition, which I'll talk about in another video about me and competing. But you're also wearing spandex, so you wouldn't be wearing like joggers. So if you're like right on the brink, wearing the spandex and showing the exact level will be a little bit beneficial. But I'm gonna crank out these sets and then we'll move into some deadlifts. But I feel really good tonight. I'm not even using wrist wraps for the 350 low bar or a belt. Gains. One of the coolest things to think about is like always the progress that you've made. I mean, it was a while ago, and you know, even then 500 pounds was really impressive to me, but like that used to be my max, and now I can very easily knock it hyped up, do it for 8 doubles. Like, that's pretty ridiculous. So again, I always try to stress this, never worry too much if you're making a slower progress than you'd like. That can just take some tweaking, or it can be a lot of life things, but just always think back to where you started and it will blow your mind. People hate when the cabinets are open in videos, I don't know why. Making my shake here. This is kind of becoming a paperclip in my diet. Oh, throwback joke. What's funny is that like so many people got upset about that when I did that. Like, Max, it's staple. I'm like, I know, I say things wrong on purpose. But you'll never know if I didn't do it on purpose, but that one actually is on purpose. But again, spinach. This is new, by the way. So I realized that unsweetened almond milk is absolutely terrible. So what I got, which is less terrible, is the light, so 25% less sugar. It's not, they have like regular sweetened and then they have the light. So I got this one, which is 60 calories compared to the 30. So it's a little better. So here we have spinach. So this is make sure, I mean I get my veggies from like usually whatever I have for lunch, which is generally Chipotle, so a lot of onions and peppers and beans. But to get some more greens, I get a lot of spinach, like at least a serving and a half or so. And then I get oats, whey protein, usually olive oil, a banana. It's delicious, it's nutritious, and yeah, a lot of you guys like hadn't had this and you're Snapchatting me. So it's good. It's very, very cheap. So if you want a cheap way to hit your calories, drink them. Okay, so it's like 2 days later from when I lifted at the gym. But I want to make my videos between like 10 and 15 minutes. So I want to give you a little more footage. So I'm actually going to go eat. But what's cool, like how I do with all these transitions, is I'll set the camera up and sometimes I'll do the Casey Neistat and I'll like walk in front of the camera because it's fun, right? It's fun. So I'm gonna show you how I do it. So all I do is like I set up the camera like this. All you have to do is set up the camera. Anyone can do it, it's great. And then you just walk, and then you know, you put music behind it, and it's significantly better a video. So imagine, so I'm gonna put music behind it. Imagine that you didn't hear me talk about this, all right? Matty Fusaro? Dude!
I didn't know that was your camera.
Oh my, dude, Matty Fusaro's in town! Oh my, dude, you wanna cook some food, man?
Let's get some food.
Let's cook some food. I'll put this in the next video. Matty Fusaro's in town. That's so crazy.